Absorption, an essential subject from Vinipedia. We are more or less absorbed in the material designations that currently cover the eternal living soul. Because of mental absorption in social, political, pseudo-religious, national and communal consciousness, the spirit soul finds itself illusioned and in bondage to the laws of material nature. Once the mind and intelligence are constantly engaged in thoughts of the Supreme Lord, the senses naturally become engaged in activities that free oneself from this bondage. Simply desiring to love Krishna makes one open to receiving the mercy of Krishna. The Bhagavad Gita teaches one how to totally absorb the mind and intelligence in Krishna's service. Absorbed in the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, one becomes completely convinced, free from all doubt, and advanced in the transcendental science of devotional service. This absorption qualifies one to see God everywhere, within and without. Srila Prabhupada's books, lectures, conversations and letters offer a comprehensive presentation of this essential subject as seen in the Vinicote's absorption category. An introduction from his books is given below in the following 8 quotes. Quotes from Srila Prabhupada's books. They, the demoniac, believe that to gratify the senses is the prime necessity of human civilization. Thus until the end of life their anxiety is immeasurable. Bound by a network of hundreds of thousands of desires and absorbed in lust and anger, they secure money by illegal means for sense gratification. Bhagavad Gita 16.11 The material manifestation is from the energy of the Supreme Lord, and so also are the living entities, but the living entities are of the superior energy. Both the living entities and material nature existed before this cosmos was manifested. Material nature was absorbed in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mahaviyu, and when it was required, it was manifested by the agency of Mahatattva. Bhagavad Gita 13.20 People in general keep this same bodily idea in mind when they are informed of the personal form of the Lord. For such materialistic men, the form of the gigantic material manifestation is supreme. Consequently, they consider the Supreme to be impersonal. And because they are too materially absorbed, the conception of retaining the personality after liberation from matter frightens them. Bhagavad Gita 4.10 The function of the human body is to attain freedom from material bondage, but as long as one is fully absorbed in material activities, his mind will be overwhelmed in the whirlpool of matter, and thus he will continue to be engaged in material bodies life after life. Bhagavatam 2.9 36. The symptom of perfect Kaya consciousness is that one loses interest in all material activities. For a small boy to give up playing is impossible, but Praldama Arya, being situated in first-class devotional service, was always absorbed in a trance of Kaya consciousness. Just as a materialistic person is always absorbed in thoughts of material gain, a Mabhagavata like Praldama Arya is always absorbed in thoughts of Kaya. Bhagavatam 7.4 37. The illusory energy of the Lord cannot take precedence, being ashamed of her position, but those who are bewildered by her always talk nonsense, being absorbed in thoughts of it is I and it is mine. The invincibly powerful deluding energy of the personality of God, or the third energy, representing nescience, can bewilder the entire world of animation, but still she is not strong enough to be able to stand in front of the Supreme Lord. Bhagavatam 2.5 13. The householder, by the spell of MY, becomes absorbed in family affairs and forgets his relationship with KA. If he dies in forgetfulness, like the cats and dogs, then his life is spoiled. It is the duty of a sannyas, therefore, to go and awaken the forgetful souls with enlightenment of their eternal relationship with the Lord and to engage them in devotional service. Bhagavatam 3.21 31. The Hatha Yoga system, or breathing system, is especially recommended for those who are very absorbed in the concept of bodily existence, but one who can perform the simple process of chanting Hare Kaya can fix the mind more easily. Bhagavatam 3.28 9.